Today we are going to go deeper into spiritual warfare techniques that are used against targeted. Number 1, judgment and monitoring. There will be people who you will notice visibly mocking you or ostracizing you for no apparent reason. This manipulation strategy is used to induce doubt, shame, and questioning yourself. In order to not bring attention to the situation, you will try not to look at the people doing this or call them out directly. However, with a quick glance over or looking out of the corner of your eye, you will see them watching you. Literally watching your every move, laughing, chuckling, giggling, and whispering about you in front of your face. If you call them out directly, they will usually escalate this into a confrontation, which is exactly what they want from you. These attacks are done to provoke you and create a constant sense of being judged. Over time, they're trying to create a feeling of you being judged, so you will feel ashamed, anxious, and generate a lower frequency. In addition to this technique, they might also probe you as to why you do the smallest things, such as why you stir your tea the way that you do, put on your shoes the way that you do, or even wear your hair the way that you do, in order to get you to doubt every micro move and decision that you make about yourself. Number 2, smear campaigns. Smear campaigns are used to damage the reputation of the target before others get to interact with them. It is to lower people's trust with you, so you are not seen as reliable, trustworthy, and you are even possibly shunned. This is done to cut off your resources. If you find a smear campaign has been attempted on you, you might even find several people accusing you of a behavior or action you have not made. You might even hear repeated sly remarks accusing you of something you did not do or of carrying a certain attitude that you do not have. An example is you might have several people throughout the week say to or about you directly or indirectly something along the lines of, "I know you're that girl that likes to steal," or "You're that person that likes to start trouble." This is too overt to just write off as a coincidence and too specific to not be directed. After you've heard several people say the same thing in different situations, around different areas, you might start to get very suspicious. Remember to document everything. Number 3, bait and switch. A person or group enters into your life under one pretense, and once they are in, firmly switches into a new role. They may come in as loving and supportive, but then quickly switch to combative and disparaging. For example, you might meet someone who claims to have the same interests and goals as you. Let's say you've been wanting to start a book club and your favorite genre to read is mystery. You're randomly out and about and you meet someone who claims to be an avid reader. They say that they've always wanted to start a book club, and you think, oh, that's a nice synchronicity. You ask them what their favorite genre is to read, and they tell you that one of them happens to be mystery. You're excited and begin to talk to this person more and more. As you do, you start to trust them a little bit. You begin to start the book club with them, and you start noticing that they're making disparaging remarks like, "Oh, only nerds read books," or start making fun of people that start book clubs. It might start off as sort of a sly joke, but then it works its way up into more of a direct attack. As it progresses, you notice they are trying to get you into something else, and they are trying to push for you to stop reading. They may even say things about how reading is not good for you and how smart people do not need to read, even going as far as quoting auspicious sources about how reading causes more harm than good. You still keep interacting with this person, and they begin belittling you, bullying you, and even gossiping behind your back. The goal of this friendship was to detour you from your passions and interest. These attacks are commonly sent in by the enemy to attack your identity, character, and core. Number 4, chasing the carrot. Similar to a bait and switch, opportunities may be presented but are delayed to get you to chase the carrot and get you off track with whatever it is that you were working on or doing. For example, you were taking a class in a program to get your license in something, and another opportunity opens up around the same time that looks promising. However, in order to pursue that opportunity, you must stop taking the class to get your license. Your intuition tells you to stay in the class, but you choose to leave. Before you know it, the opportunity is delayed for longer and longer. By the time you realize the opportunity is not valid, it's too late to re-enroll in the other class. When you try to take the other class again, you see it's either full or the schedule has changed, so it will not be practical to take it at any point in the future. These attempts are done to get you to stop doing what you were doing, and in extreme cases, these opportunities may become inaccessible for you or use later on to create a series of traps, which we'll talk about in the future. Number 5, anomalies within your environment. Anomalies within your environment can take many forms, such as looping, following, or what I call circus tactics. A form of looping may be when you leave, you notice they leave. When you come back, you notice they come back. When others around you are starting to synchronize their schedule to yours and doing it in a way that is really noticeable. If you like privacy, they may sit in front of where you're at all day and only leave when you leave. If you decide to stay longer until the AM, they will sit outside until the AM and more, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Following is another tactic. Literally, someone may follow you by foot, car, train, bus. It may be the same person that was in the store with you across town, and then later they follow you into the movies, etc. They may even follow you around the store or to different events. Other anomalies is what may be called circus tactics. These are out of the ordinary events that occur, but when described sound completely ridiculous or made up. For example, you may be sitting at home quietly reading a book and a literal circus pulls up in front of your house equipped with clowns and animals. The circus may be so loud that you're unable to finish your book or get any sleep. When you try to explain your story, it sounds completely ridiculous. Unfortunately, because of the way that technology is going, even if you get on camera, if you try to describe what happened, it may sound absurd, which is the intended purpose of the goal. And I've actually seen similar things like this happen that are so ridiculous, I usually don't even tell the story. Like, how are you going to describe that and make it sound logical and rational? There are a lot more tactics used. Make sure to document everything and be careful talking too much about specifics. The enemy is going to use a lot of tactics when you're dealing with spiritual warfare. And if you are someone who's targeted, many of these will sound familiar and you've probably gone through similar events. It can be very over the top and chaotic, but just stay calm. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of the day and talk to you later. Bye-bye.